Morning! Hope everybody's well. Welcome to Wobblegob episode 5. Show and tell, I think. I ain't got anything really to stitch today. So it's probably not going to be a very, very long one. Probably just me chuntering on a little bit. Had quite a busy week. No, normally I write myself a list of what I've done. And I haven't done that today. Oh, that's me trying to be organised and not being organised, really. But that seems to be a little bit of a trait of my life at the moment. I've decided that my body's falling to pieces, but actually my brain seems to be functioning a little bit clearer, which is quite nice to come out of a little bit of a fog. So I thought I'd just do a bit of a show and tell this week. Oh God, what we've doing? Been having like a body MOT, which is, it's going all right, but hey ho, once you hit 50, it seems to be that everything falls to pieces. But you just crack on, don't you? We have a thing called Pen and a Pint that is, it's great. It's in Huddersfield and it's at Calder Graphics, the art shop. And we just go for the evening and it's just drawing. There's competitions and you go and have a coffee and it's just kind of nice time. And then, I had my hair cut. I haven't done it. You can see me. I've gone grey and blue now. Still not 100% sure. It's a bit of a shock when I look in the mirror. But anyway, there we go. And then this weekend, that's one of the big things. I've been to Garstang this weekend and Linda and Creative Thread Workshops. And we did 2 workshops. Whoops. So I thought I'd bring my samples from the workshops. The first one is it's a hand-dyed thread workshop. Usually everybody gets a bit carried away with the hand dyeing of the threads, which is kind of nice, and then we spend all morning doing that, create a unique set of threads, which is just kind of yummy, and then in the afternoon we stitch tiny little garden brooches. This was one of my samples that I'd done. You'll notice on there's a lot of French knots and bullions, all sorts of different things, and then they go in these tiny little embroidery hoops. This is one that I love wearing this one. Obviously yellows. Excuse the fingernails. This morning I was going to take my nail varnish off and then I got distracted and didn't. But that seems to be the way of the world at the moment. And then some of my stuff that I started doing, I'd forgotten I'd done these. I went through a phase. When I'm doing the brooches, I tend to get an old piece of fabric and just start stitching them one after another. And I think this was last winter's project actually. And these are just really textured, all sorts of bits and pieces in there. I forgot I'd done these. I need to put them all together as little brooches. They're such fun to do, and I think I still have to finish that one. There's a bit of a gap. But yeah, that was the first workshop and it was lovely group of ladies, and it was so nice that people went home and actually finished them. Didn't quite get them finished in the day, but I've seen some photographs of what people have done, which is lovely. And then the second day we did my print collage and stitch gardens workshop. So these are stamps that quite a lot of people use, the ones that I carved, but I took stuff as well for people to carve them. It uses I think it's called quick lino that you can do. It's like a lino cut tool, but it's like rubber. It's a bit easier to carve into than actual lino. So we were making stamps based on plants and flowers, which were then printed onto fabric. We then made paper collages for the background and ironed all the bits on, and then spent the rest of the day free machining, hand stitching and embellishing. So this has still got a lot to go on it for it to be finished, but it's just a working sample from a workshop. So that was really nice this week, and so nice to go and do a workshop in person, actually there in person with people that were talking and chatting and putting the world to rights. And it just so takes me back to when I used to walk in on my mum in the kitchen. You've probably heard this before, that her and her friends were all sat round the table stitching and chatting and eating cake, and they were actually doing an altar cloth for the church. I think it was tapestry or cross stitch or something. And I don't know, it's just stitch and community, and it's lovely doing things online and just having that access, because you can't always get to different places to do things, but actually going in person and physically doing things and seeing things and chatting to people, it's the best bit of this world, best bit of my job really. It's the bit I love doing. Just sharing. So that was this weekend. Then I've actually got a quiet week this week, which is kind of nice. But even though I've got a quiet week, I have been kind of busy. So I haven't really done anything else. Oh God, nearly dropped my phone on the floor. That would have been an expensive Wednesday. So I haven't really done anything else on this since last week. I got a bit carried away with the hangers and I hung it up in my room and then never did anything else on it. But I'm not stressing that I haven't. That's perfectly fine because other things come in the way and this will always be there as my little go-to project, and I've got it all together. What I need to do is put this back in the basket, because if I don't, it'll just stay hung up. But it might just stay hung up for a while. But this will be something that I think during the year I just keep coming back to. You know, when you just need a break from just doing stuff. So that was quite exciting. Then this week we've got our Fabricology meeting. So Fabricology is a group I'm a part of that used to be the Halifax Embroiderers Guild, and we're doing a project this year based on an apron, which I'm sure I will be sharing with you as we're going along. So I've made my apron. I'm not a dressmaker at all. So I'd got an old tablecloth that had got the transfers on it already, ready to stitch. So I'm using this as the basis for my apron, and I wanted the circle at the top. And I know I'm quite large chested, but I think I went a little bit too big with this. So I'm going to have to take it in. Either take it in, or what I might do is I might just create a couple of pleats. Oh, that'll be all right. Oh, look at that, you see. I'm on Wobblegob, and I think I've sorted out what I'm doing. Oh, that might work. I'll just do that while I'm here. I might just do myself two. Oh, and then I can pop my strap. Oh, you see, chatting to you guys, I end up sorting my life out. You're all so awesome. What I have to do then is put that on and see if it works, but that is a possibility to solve my big bib issue. I just need to make sure that's equal on either side, but then that'd be really cool because then I can pop that in there. And then somewhere in my stash I've got some giant buttons which I thought would be kind of cool. I might have to hand stitch that. That might not go through. Oh, that might work. I'm sure some of you out there are dressmakers and probably going, no, don't do that. Don't be ridiculous. It won't work at all. Oh, I might take that, yeah. Oh! Might even hand stitch that down there and that down there. Oh, that's exciting. Right, let me pin that. See, I didn't think I was going to be doing anything today. I thought I'd just be chuntering on. But no, I've possibly solved my apron issue. Right, I need to put that on then and see if that's a bit better, because I didn't really want to have to redo it all. But I've sort of gone right round to the edge, and I wanted to use like the edge of the tablecloth as the edge of my apron, and then the bits that I'd cut off. So yeah, so we're doing a domestic theme for our group this year. So no doubt I will share all this gubbins with you. And then I've been doing a bit more on my project. Oh no, I found something the other day. I was having a bit of a sort out, and I found this, which is quite exciting, part of a PhD. It was a kit. No, originally I got a kit from the Border Tart that was a borrow kit. I've got one of them somewhere. I've got another one to do, because they're just very, very exciting. That's the other thing that I've begun to realise as well that I want to do. When I've been sorting everything out in my head, and my head just feels a little bit clearer at the moment, I just look around my room and it's like it's just full of stuff. And I know it's full of stuff, and I accept the fact that it's full of stuff. But it's becoming a little bit overwhelming, I think, in here. And I think it's getting to a stage where I don't want to come in and work because it's a little bit overwhelming. So I was busy thinking this morning, and I thought, right, to sort it out all in one go is just too much. I can't do that. But what I can do is just choose a little bit each week and just do half an hour. So I've been looking at my desk, and it's like I've got quite a big desk, yet this is the only bit that I work on. And it's one of those things, it's like it's got loads of stuff on it, but it's nice that it has lots of stuff on, because if you just think about, I just need something, it's usually there. And it's worked really well for so long, but for some reason it's not working. And I keep looking around and I have boxes with stuff in it and jars with pens and things in that I'm thinking I'm never going to use half of those pens. So I think what I need to do is have a take to work box, handy being an art teacher, take it to work box, and then I just need to get rid of some stuff. I cannot believe I'm actually saying that out loud. I'll have to keep you updated as to how well this is going. But I just need to clear the decks down a little bit. I need a bit... When I like doing my textiles, I always do it, and then every so often I always think, I need a bit of breathing space. So you do a bit like when I did my book and different things, you have a bit of breathing space. And I think that's what I've got to in my room. I need a bit of breathing space. I need to decide what it is I need, what I want to keep, and what I can de-stash a little bit. The de-stash probably won't happen. It'll just go in a box into my wardrobe. But anyway, I digress. But I do need to sort something out. I do, definitely. See, I'm just trying to convince myself now. But what I'm going to do is when I finish this, I'm going to do half an hour and I'm going to do a little bit of my desk. I'm going to do my jam jars that have got all different sorts of pens in, even if it's just to sort them out, so that like one jar has pencils, one has pens, so it's just a little bit more organised. Yes, you see, I just sound like I'm trying to convince myself as well that that's what I'm going to do. Because when I was just stood and I thought about doing this, I was like, is my desk in the right place? And shall I move my desk? And it's like, no. If I start doing that, that's a monumental task. That's like I need to have a full day in my life where I don't need to do anything so that I can move my desk. But I quite like where I'm sat because I am looking out the window. Yes, well, we'll see what happens with that. By the time I see you next week, I might be crying and wishing that I'd never, ever, ever started it. So I found this, which was my very first borrow piece that I started doing that was going to be my book cover. And then I went and lost it and then had to do another one that did become my book cover. So I'm quite chuffed that I found this because it's got some gorgeous bits of fabric on it. Really, really nice. And that quite nice stitching. I love it when you find things and you think, I remember doing that. So that'll go in my PhD, my project half done box. That'll get done at some point in my life. Either that or it'll stay in there until I find it again and then go, do you remember? I was doing that. So with my project that I'm doing, I just need to grab my book. So we were getting on to practical. So I've started doing some practical stuff. So a lot of it's been about sorting my head out at this moment in time, which I think is why I feel in a bit of a better place for moving this lot forward. I just need to convince my body to go with me. So I decided to do one object 8 ways. So circles and things like that are something that I absolutely love. And I've discovered there's different reasons as to why I love them. So I started off with a photograph that I took. I'm quite obsessed with taking photographs of things that I see. I think this was in Barcelona when we went last year. So I've just had to play around with doing it in different ways. This one doesn't look like there's very much, but there's a circle that's done as pinpricks all the way through on an envelope. So I quite enjoyed doing that. And then I'm sort of moving this on now into textiles and translating it into fabric. But I've just been loving this project. It's just been fantastic. The majority of it is all written stuff. And it's all about me and what I want to do, and it's been brilliant. I've got those pages to finish, but it's been sort of like therapy, I suppose. It's been, I don't know, it's just come at the right moment in my life just to sort my head out and just get things done. Whether that actually ever happens, I've got no idea. So that's me really, not really doing anything as in demoing on here today. It's just really been about me just chuntering on and just telling you my life. This what we've got going on this week. So we've got Fabricology, which is going to be great. My hubby's off skiing. My daughter's having a party in my shed. So I've just cleared my shed out this morning, so she's got room for that. So next week I might be in a total mess after having a load of teenagers staying over in my house. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I'll see everybody next week. Love, hugs, happy stitching, stay safe wherever you are, and I hope you make time for some stitching today. And don't worry about the housework, it doesn't matter. Right, see you later. Mwah!